Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time for us to catch up with a new vlog. This week, Winter Vale. Did it start this week? I think it did. I think it started yester Saturday. I think it started yesterday Saturday. So happy Winter Vale. Best of luck to any of you that are camping the new Globe Yeti pet that have not yet gotten one. And congratulations to everybody that got one already. I always like seeing them add new things, like new activities to holidays, even if they are a little bit frustrating. At least it's one of those things where you can do it, and then you can just go home feeling like, yep, I survived Winter Vale 2017, I got my Globe Yeti, give me my t-shirt, that kind of thing. So yeah, aside from that, what else was happening this week? A little bit quiet. Oh, I have a small cameo in the new Taliesin and Evitel year-end WoW wrap-up year-end thing. It's just this big video that recaps what actually happened in WoW in 2017. It features quite a few YouTubers, and I am in there. So I will link that in the description if anyone wants to check them out. And if you've been living under a rock and you're not sure who Taliesin and Evitel are, they're WoW YouTubers and they're hilarious, so definitely give them a look. Another week went by in Antorus the Burning Throne for my guild, and we actually did not progress this week. We got to Coven with like 2 hours left, and we just didn't kill it. Heroic Coven feels like one of those fights, and to some extent normal Coven as well, but Coven feels like one of those fights where you can get really lucky or unlucky with the combination of abilities that happens simultaneously. Like, all of the combos are doable, it's just some of them are vastly more difficult than others. So you can have a really, really good pull, and then all of a sudden you have Norganons, and then you have a bunch of fulminating pulse targets right where everybody's trying to get through the Norganon thing, and at the same time Storm of Darkness is going on, and there's no squares to be had anywhere in your half of the room, and it's a fun fight. There's a lot going on. Hopefully we manage to get through that next week, because I really want to start working on Heroic Agrimar, and not just because he has loot that I need. Although I do need loot from him. And the only other thing that's really going on is tomorrow. I'm really excited about this. This isn't news. This doesn't matter to anybody but me. But tomorrow, I'm actually doing all my hair. We're doing the Void Elf thing with the hair. I'm gonna dye it all pretty purple. I've been really excited. I have all my supplies now. I have a 17-part plan. I have over-researched to the point of just insanity. I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow. I'm gonna make a big video with all of the details of exactly what I'm doing and what I'm using, and you know, lots of footage of how it does or doesn't turn out. I have already done a test strand. I bleached the strand and then I dyed it to kind of see how my hair would react to both the bleach and then the dye, and just make sure that I'm not like deathly allergic to anything. And that's like, here, I'm gonna spin around so maybe you can see. It's like, it should be back there somewhere. You don't have to leave, I'm not getting up, you're good. You're good. Questions from this week. Omer asks, with BFA being so focused on faction war and seeing that both factions are getting a lot of faction specific stuff, are you planning to make a Horde alt to experience some of the Horde content? No. No, I do not have any plans of that sort. It's a good idea. It's something I probably should do, but I'm not going to. There was kind of a similar situation in Legion where there was a lot of really cool story-driven class storylines for each of the individual classes, and that was something I probably could have done because I have a character at a very high level of every single class now. Like, I have a level 100 or higher character of every single class. I probably could have done the campaigns and kind of like absorbed all the story. So I never did, and it's something I probably won't do again in Battle for Azeroth. It's definitely, if you're somebody that really gets a lot out of the story of WoW, I think that's an amazing idea to kind of experience it from both sides. The short version of it is that I'm kind of lazy and I'm just really reluctant to dedicate any time to an alt that I know I'm not really going to play once I've actually finished leveling it. Although, if I do end up doing any more arena in Battle for Azeroth, then I will probably once again want to have at least a max level Horde Resto Druid, in which case I would see those storylines at least once, so there's a chance. Brian asks, I have an Acer Aspire laptop with USB 2.0 and an HDD and DVD drive. Would you recommend replacing the optic drive with an optical drive caddy with an SSD installed and putting WoW in that? Would it run well? What sort of SSD would you recommend for that? So how well WoW will run on your laptop and what kind of upgrade might help depends a lot on the more the specs of the laptop. I do think that's a really good upgrade for most computers. You will get more of an upgrade out of the overall speed if you actually migrate your whole operating system to solid state drive, but how well WoW will run is ultimately capped by A, your graphics card, and in a laptop that's going to be limited, especially an older one like that. B, your processor. And then C, your RAM. Basically, if you're running WoW on it already, and you're happy with the graphics and whatnot, and you just want things to load faster, and then yes, an SSD is a great upgrade. You should probably lose the DVD drive to add the SSD there, and strongly recommend. It will not really improve your graphics performance, so don't expect it to do that. And if you want to play WoW at a higher quality with better graphics performance, you are ultimately better off saving your money to purchase or buy a desktop computer with a dedicated graphics card and then put your SSD into that. Having said that, this isn't strictly an either-or situation. You could absolutely add an SSD to your laptop, put WoW on it, live your life for a while, and then if you build a computer or you get one in the future, you can then move that SSD into your new computer. It's not like you can't do that. So you can kind of carry it with you. That's how I tend to talk myself into most PC upgrades. It's, oh, I can just get this and then use it forever, even if I do rebuild my PC. That's how I've ended up with a bit of a Frankenrig that has like a 6-year-old processor, a 1-year-old motherboard, like 8 months on the graphics card, and I think 6 years on the RAM as well. And as far as what sort of SSD that I would recommend for that, just make sure that you get one that fits. A 2.5-inch should do it, but I haven't done a laptop upgrade, so I would just do your research. And then they don't pay me for this, but I've always had good experiences with the Samsung SSDs, so there's that. Kristen asks, do you think that the pet charms will carry over into the next expansion? I'm just wondering if I should use up all my charms before BFA comes out, or keep them just in case they have toys or pets to get like they did from WoD to Legion. Pet charms aren't going anywhere. I would be shocked if pet charms were removed or changed into something else. So absolutely save your pet charms, don't feel the need to spend them. And I would honestly hoard them, because what's going to happen when Battle for Azeroth comes out is presumably the same kind of thing they did with Warlords, where the pet charm income sources from the previous expansion depreciate, like they're not as good anymore. If you go and do some Warlords pet dailies right now, you're going to get half the pet charms that you would have done if you had done them in Warlords. So right now in Legion, you can get a lot of pet charms very quickly, especially if you have alts. The thing that you do is A, you wear Zookeeper enchant. B, you check every day for the pet battle dailies and see which ones have pet charms and then do them. And then C, you then take any alts that you might have, or potentially level some just for this purpose, and go do those pet charm dailies on every single alt you have. You can, in a fairly short order of time, bank hundreds if not thousands of pet charms, and the reason why I recommend doing that is that in the next expansion, there's of course going to be new battle pets, otherwise I'm going to be really cranky. There's probably going to be quite a few new battle pets, and with pet charms, you can make sure that you don't have to worry about trying to find a rare version of a wild pet. You can instantly level pets that you want to use, or if you saved up a lot of pet charms, I don't know who would do that, but you could instantly level every new battle pet you get and basically never have to worry about manually leveling pets ever again, because you can trade 45 pet charms for an ultimate battle training stone, and I don't see that going anywhere. So I would say hoard pet charms, don't feel the need to spend them, and then just save them up so that when Battle for Azeroth comes out and all the new pets come out, you can get your collection kind of like upgraded and leveled up with as little fuss as possible. Finally, Bradley asks, what a cute dog, what's his or her name? His name is Joker. He was born on April Fool's, 7 years ago-ish, something like that. He's a middle-aged, if not slightly aging dog at this point, and that is why his name is Joker, or at least that's what I was told. He doesn't come out much just because he's a very shy dog. He's quite skittish. He's very aloof, and he very much likes his own space, so I try and give him his space. We spend lots of time together. We go on walks every day. He will occasionally cuddle with me while I'm watching TV, but if he doesn't really want to be touched most of the time, I'm gonna leave him be to try and not stress him out too much. And that has been my week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stream this afternoon. I don't know what I'm streaming, but I am gonna be streaming. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.